Control.
It has been earlier. Right now, there's not a whole lot of demonstrators out on Florissant with these buildings, and we're seeing a slow march forward by the police, something we saw last August. It's a slow step to try and clear the area. That building you saw that was looted, that was a cell phone store. It was just 3 quick taps, a window smashed, and then it seemed like people came from everywhere to run in and grab what they could. And there's a different kind of protester as well, the more serious protester trying to explain, shots fired, about 8 shots, 9 shots. Let's go back. Back, multiple shots fired. Back now! All the way back. It's nighttime. We don't know who's firing at who. We're just pulling back out of range.
I've heard you in
Sounds.
Go ahead.
Small caliber, all the way back! Dutch, back!
Dutch Wargo, his photographer.
Get near the building. It sounded like pistol fire. Police here not returning fire from this line. We're just going to get behind the corner of a building and watch. Police now is starting to back up.
Police are.
More shots fired. We got 4 buildings on fire, and we have shots fired in the direction of police. This is not going well.
From looking at the pictures, it doesn't appear police know where those shots are coming from.
No, they're not. They're not running. They're not taking cover. They're not advancing. They took a few steps back. There's at least 2 handguns involved. This is the 3rd time we've heard shots, but this was more than we've heard in the past. And now we've got helicopters overhead, probably looking for the source of that. So we've got firefighters on the ground trying to do their job, riot police trying to clear the street, and now helicopters looking for the source of that gunfire, Shepard.
They've lit up the sky. I guess they're doing that with the big floodlights from the choppers, Steve?
That's right. They're trying to find the source of the gunshots. The riot police now holding their ground in the middle of Florissant Avenue, an avenue which about an hour and a half ago was filled with angry protesters and cars. Then the looting started, then the fire started, and then the shots started.
So there's clearly someone shooting somewhere, Steve, but do we know where the bulk of those protesters went?
No, we don't, but they've left this area. We don't know if there's activity near the police station or in other areas. We saw protesters out all, to the late night hours in August, but it's in the mid-30s now, so you have to wonder, after the looting is done and the fires have started and now the shots have started, that can certainly thin out a crowd pretty quickly.
I know you
more
heard
gunshots. We're seeing a lot of shots over about 800 yards off to my right. There's fire and return fire now.
Police are returning fire, Steve.
There's fire coming from 2 directions, not from near us, but there is return fire. So we see another helicopter overhead. We're going to just walk further back.
Steve, yeah, do that. We got word in advance, Steve, that they were concerned that a bunch of anarchists who might want to cause problems for police might come there to do exactly that. We don't have any way of knowing who's doing these shots, but by way of context, we were given that word in advance.
Yeah, there's multiple groups attached to these protests. There are, whites and blacks out for what they perceive as social injustice. There are looters, and then there are, the crazies on the fringe who are trying to use this to incite violence. And it might be a very small fringe group, but certainly could be what's going on down on the southern edge of Florissant Avenue, where we've heard now in the past 20 minutes perhaps 60 gunshots and some shots fired as law enforcement continues to look for the source of those shots. As far as the number of protesters here and any organized violence, that has largely thinned out. It's thinned out since about 4 local businesses have gone on fire, and you can see those flames continue to lick up into the sky. It seems like the fire force has their hands full. The Ferguson hook and ladder just has too much to deal with right now. And of course, getting around in this territory is dangerous. It's when shots are being fired that makes the job of a firefighter all the more complex. They're working on 2 buildings in front of me, but 2 more are just burning up in smoke further down the road, Shepard.
And bitterly cold there, right, Steve?
It was about 38 the last time I checked.
I'm just trying to get a sense of where you think this is going.
I think, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it was going to pop because it was just so cold. I didn't think the protesters would be out in this cold. But we have now shots and destruction like we didn't see in August. We're not seeing the numbers on the street, but we're seeing buildings set ablaze. We're seeing looting before our eyes, again, which we didn't see. I didn't see in August. And now we're seeing a lot more shots fired, something which was unheard of back in August. So with 3 months to prepare on each side, it doesn't seem the lessons have been learned. This doesn't seem to be better than August. It seems to be more violent. We're seeing fires and shots, which we did not see back in August when the heat was really on, Shepard.
And another bit of difference here, this is downtown, this is St. Louis proper now, with crowds of hundreds that have gathered and police maintaining a bit of distance in St. Louis. These are pictures, though dark, out of Philadelphia. This freezes from time to time. Right now we can see protesters coming up a main street, some people on bicycles. Cops are around this area as well. And in New York City, they've moved south on 7th Avenue, so they've gone this way. We're told there are thousands of people there, as Fox reports live tonight. So this is getting noticed around the country. And if the idea was to get some protester traction for some civic reason or for some explanation of the difference between the haves and the have-nots, or whatever you decide your cause is today, Steve, it seems they're all out. It looks like these fires in Ferguson are spreading and growing. Steve, is that a growing fire, and what are you seeing there?
It is, Shepard. It's spread to the second story. It is growing, and there's no firefighters inside of that. They're too busy right here trying to douse the beauty store fire. So we have 3 trucks in action here and no trucks in action further down the street where that building is going up in flames. As far as the position of the police, they've maintained that line right there in between the fires, really protecting perhaps the firefighters. That's what it looks like to me. As far as the number of protesters, they're gone. They've vanished here from Florissant Avenue. The hundreds of cars, the several thousand protesters are just gone right now, Shepard.
Several thousand protesters are gone, but you mentioned a number of shots. Did you say 90?
I would say at least 60, 70 shots fired, multiple rounds from small arms within about a quarter mile of where I'm standing, and some return fire.